Hey, what's up? It's Zach, and I just want to take you through Star Wars Battlefront 3. Give you a little bit of a Let's Play feel and give you a little bit of an overview of what you can see and expect in the game, and also give you probably my thoughts on the game. So let's get started. First and foremost, we're playing Supremacy in the Jedland Waste. And, I waited for this game for a long time. I was absolutely a great fan of the first Battlefront and the second Battlefront. I spent hours playing by myself. And so I was really excited for this game. Right here you have loadouts. You have I'm running with a thermal detonator, ion shot, and jump pack. My controller actually dies, and so I actually jump into this game really late. But my immediate impressions is it's fun. It's not a great game, but it's definitely a good game with lots of potential. Obviously, it looks amazing. It sounds amazing. The mechanics are super crisp. I don't have really any issues with how the game actually runs or functions. Right here, you see me camping a little bit. The sound quality is really one of what I think is one of the strongest points about this game. And just listen for a second. The ships, the blasters, the explosions, everything is crisp and sounds authentic, and that's pretty amazing. This is me just being a terrible shot. It's a fun game. There's things I don't like. It seems a little shallow, a little bit, not a lot of depth, and sometimes the game can get kind of slow on the bigger maps if you're trying to play careful and not kill yourself so many times. The other thing, heroes. Heroes are fun, but I think on the bigger maps there's not enough of them, and they're kind of random and sporadic, for me at least. I know some people seem to do a great job of finding those power-ups and grabbing them, but I've probably gotten to play as a hero 3 times, and they function alright. They're okay. Probably need a little more balancing between them all, but they're fun. And if you really want to experience heroes, there's other game modes that are smaller than the big ones I like to play. Alright, so the other thing I want to talk about is vehicles. Vehicles sound great, they look great. The only problem is, as opposed to the first 2 Battlefronts, the way that you operate vehicles is very limited. You can't jump into a vehicle from the very start of the game and fly over and hop out and cause mayhem and destruction. They got rid of that for some reason, and there's just not enough vehicles to go around. Land vehicles, this is boring gameplay, so I sped it up as I try to shoot this guy over here. But the vehicles, there's just not enough flexibility with the vehicles. And that was really disappointing for someone who was such a fan of the way that Battlefront 2 especially operated and ran. It was a short match victory. I got into it late. No deaths, kind of camped out, played it safe. All in all, it's a fun game, and just going to go over, basically just overview what's going on here. First of all, lack of depth. There's just not enough there to the game to keep me there right now. Now they say they're going to try to supplement what's there now with free content and paid stuff. The maps seem a little limited in size compared to even the original Xbox and Xbox games. There's a lack of vehicles, which isn't fun. But that's just, I guess that's okay. And the other thing is the poor implementation of the vehicles that you do have. You can't just jump in and grab a vehicle like you could in the other games, and that's missing. And I know that the developers wanted to keep it from the battlefield kind of way of working. The only problem with that is that there were definite things in Battlefront 1 and 2 that were in common with Battlefield, and I think that you lose some of that cool gameplay experience by limiting the vehicles and things like that. The other thing is not on the screen, but what I want to talk about is there's kind of a lack of really a lack of being able to really develop certain classes. So there's not a dedicated sniper, there's not a dedicated support, there's not a dedicated person who's who has heavy artillery, who can combat vehicles. And I think it limits the amount of what you can do. And I read an interview recently where the developers talked about how what they really wanted was a game that, you know, a dad could play with their 9-year-old or 11-year-old. And that's great and all, but I'm 25 years old. I love Star Wars. I'm into gaming, and I want a Star Wars game that I can jump into and play for a long, long time. And simply right now, I don't think that's here. But there are some definite positives here too. You know, it is easy to jump into. So I can come home from work or from doing something somewhere and play a match and have some fun and then jump off. And it's fun to play. You know, it's like I said, it sounds, it feels like Star Wars. It is fantastic mechanics, and there's lots of potential there for growth. I recommend buying this game just because, you know, it's Star Wars. You can't go wrong with Star Wars. I guess you can, but in this case, they've done a really good job of packaging in something that feels and looks like Star Wars and plays really well. And it's a good game. Probably on a scale from 1 to 10, I'd give it probably an 8 maybe. Not perfect, not terrible, but definitely worth buying, worth picking up, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. Anyways, well, there you have it. There's some gameplay footage, albeit not a lot, and just my views of this game. Stay in touch with this channel if you want more videos. We'll be posting more things as the year goes on. And I hope this helped you out and helps give you some information. See you later.